there's no reason why we should not have one today. And I don't want to get it. It's early in the season. I don't want to get in the whole ref conversation. You guys can have the ref conversation if you want to, but I don't want to be at a point where we're blaming refs on things. But that game was just managed so poorly towards the end that they could have very easily walked out of there with a win today. Very easily walked out of there with a win today with a couple different decisions made by the guys wearing the headphones.
Right.
And that's frustrating. That's frustrating. Those guys played really well.
And you know what? I think all of us had picked us to lose this game on the road when we did our first predictions. But then we had a chance to win this game. And to win a road game in our division would be huge for motivation, just to have that. And we'd be tied for first regardless of what happened with any other team. This would have been a huge win for us. We had two leads above 10 points twice. We were never behind. We were tied. Like Neil said earlier, we didn't lose the game until the
last minute. Yeah.
You know? Don't want to get too far ahead with the penalties, and I'm not the guy that always blames the officials, but come on, man. There was no penalties on the Vikings to the fourth quarter.
No. Yeah, well, they made up for the fourth.
When it was fourth down and Goff was running, and they punched when Goff started to slide, the guy hit him after he slid and punched him in his back. And they showed it 2 times on the replay. As he went to tackle Goff, he punched him, and Goff was already sliding on his knees. Nothing.
Yeah.
Now I'm not going to be the guy that's going to blame the officials, but a couple of them pass interference calls were the same thing they did to our guys. I don't mind you having bad calls on both sides. Call the game fair.
That goes back to what we brought up earlier. Where was the defense? Because the only thing I heard about defense all day was, and you were right, Rick, he had 6 penalties on Warrior. But 6 penalties, I didn't hear. I don't think I heard Hutchinson's name once. I heard Rodrigo once.
A couple times.
But for the Rip, I heard Rip a couple times. But, I mean, the defense was just kind of – I mean, if it wasn't Kirk Cousins playing against us, it could have been a lot worse. The defense.
Yeah, because at one time I looked at the stats. One time when he was 4 for 9, I think, and Goff. I'm telling you, Goff was the man today, man. He was Gotham. That's his new nickname.
I gotta agree. I was not disappointed in Goff. He played well. He threw downfield. He wasn't afraid. And honestly, that last one, that last interception, you're going deep. It's a Hail Mary type of play. Right. I get it. I'm not even going to really hold that against him. But, Goff played a pretty solid game. He had a big third down conversion in the fourth quarter that kept us going. I mean, we went 4 and out on the next one. But, he had a big third down conversion. He played really well. I'm glad I gave him 6 games before I totally wrote him off because we're 3 in and I'm almost there.
Imagine Reynolds catching that deep ball with no one around him. Imagine that.
That one at the end of the first half. God, he just didn't. He had no idea the ball was there.
He lost it wide open right there.
He had taken his foot off the gas pedal. He thought the ball went somewhere else, and he had the guy beat. And it was a beautiful ball. It was totally catchable if he just would have kept running. And he had no idea that the ball was there. That would have been a huge play for them to have. And that would have been probably one of the easiest touchdowns that he would have ever had in his career.
Right. Yep. What if?
No, what if? Well, Deshaun asked what's
grasshoppers have machine guns, birds wouldn't fuck with them.
That's true.
Think about that.
If my grandmother had wheels, she would have been a bike.
Deshaun wants to know what our thoughts are on defensive back and safety play. Well, I think you know what our thoughts are on both of those. That was
No.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
No, we're not gonna skip that. We're not gonna skip that. We're not gonna call that a
No, I was about to say it, but go ahead, please.
What were you gonna say, Butler?
I was gonna say it was fucking terrible.
Okay, I disagree with you. I think Okudah played a very good game.
I thought we were gonna agree this whole time. We were on pace. We agreed on 3 things in a row. And I know we agree on 4 or 5 more. So if you're gonna disagree with me on this, then I want to hear from the chat on this because
this is still real life. We're not going to agree.
The defensive backs played fucking terrible, both of them. So
no, I think that Okudah played a very good game. Jefferson, he had some catches, but he was overall pretty limited in the game. That was entirely Okudah's fault, which that's a great thing to get blamed for is Jefferson not having a good game.
Right.
And then the one person who I'm really becoming a fan of very quickly is Deshaun Elliott. That dude lays the wood, man. When he comes in and hits you, if he can get square on you, he's hitting you hard. There were a couple shots that he put on during this game, and he even did it last week too. But he's the thumper, man. Like, he hits hard, and he's a good sized fella. So I would say good game, great game to Okudah and Elliott. I would say not so great of a game for Oruwariye.
Yeah, okay. Not so
great of a game. Whoever left him open with 45 seconds left in the end zone either.
No, his new nickname is freaking penalty. That's cut and dry.
I asked a question on Twitter during the game. I said, did we get Nevin Lawson back because we just keep hearing penalty on number 24? That was frustrating. It was like every play they were calling something on him. And if you really watch those, none of them were that egregious. Like, they could have easily been.
Well, there was a couple that was total blatant, dude. There was a couple.
I disagree, man. Like, we're playing a football game. They're playing a football game. They're not playing.
So you think they were targeting them? Because I'm telling you, I was so confused. I was walking around the bar, scratching my watch and winding my ass.
Well,
while he was still in the game, my bald, short, fat ass vagina having person coming out there and made a better play to him.
The thing that frustrated me with him the most in the penalties that he was getting was they were penalties that were away from the ball.
Right.
You got good plays that are being made on one side of the field, and they're calling this bullshit on the other side.
He had 3 defensive holding calls.
Thielson acted like he was getting assaulted walking down the street. He wasn't. If you saw that play towards the end of the game where they didn't call it on him when they were both given hands, he was playing just as aggressive as the other one was. So I don't know what the deal is, but so Rick, what do you think of the cornerbacks and safeties? You on Neil's side or my side?
I'm on Neil's side because he's sitting next to me. If I'd agree with him, punch me. He's got big dick beaters, man. This motherfucker. He popped me in my coconut. See, look at that.
I hate you guys. All right. So we go